What's going on, everybody? Welcome in the Vikings Now by Chat Sports. My name is Patrick Siepman, and welcome in. Coming up on today's show, we're going to be diving into the final Vikings Broncos injury reports, tell you who's playing, who's not, as maybe we are going to see Justin Jefferson this Sunday night in Denver. Can't wait to be diving into both those as well. And then Josh Dobbs, we actually got some Taylor Swift treatment, we'll call it, from the NFL Twitter page. We'll show you that. And then also a really cool kind of heartfelt story where Josh Dobbs absolutely makes this kid's day, who actually does have cancer. So we'll show you guys that story as well. But before we dive into it all, make sure you guys are subscribed. If you guys want the Vikings to beat the Denver Broncos, get that winning streak to 6 games. 6 games. Keep the vibes high and subscribe. Go down, lock us in. See if we can pick up, maybe 20 new subs off today's video. Let's dive into it. Final injury report for the Minnesota Vikings. Akayleb Evans, he is going to be out. He is going to be out with that ankle injury he suffered against the Saints. Greg Joseph, kicker, he's in. It was a non-injury related kind of reason why he was out. Mattison, questionable with a concussion. Kind of hopes he actually won't go just so we can see a lot of Ty Chandler this weekend. Jaren Hall, concussion, he's out. TJ Hockenson, big news, ribs, he is in. Jefferson, he is questionable with a hamstring injury. Listen, I expect Jefferson to go. I'm like 95% sure, but again, we're just going to have to wait and see. Josh Dobbs in with his ankle. Dean Lowry, questionable with a groin. KJ Osborn is going to be back this week in with a concussion that he suffered versus the Falcons. And then Nick Mullins is back. I guess his back was injury and he's back, so he's in as well. Kick it to the Thursday injury report for the Broncos. Don't have their final one, but it's the one from Thursday. PJ Locke, ankle, not going to play, or did not participate. Ben Powers, foot, DNP. Baron Browning, wrist, full participant. And then Marvin Mims, ankle, full participant. Ronnie Perkins, quad, full participant. Then Jerry Jeudy, limited. Expect him to go as well. And listen, TJ Hockenson's back this weekend. Vikings need him. TJ Hockenson's been great this season. Kind of showed him some love on yesterday's show, but Vikings need it because, listen, he's had a great year this year. I mean, going up for almost 700 yards already. He's really been that safety blanket for Josh Dobbs. We broke down the story about how those two were doing a lot of pitching and catching this offseason in Tennessee, I believe it was. So TJ Hockenson, he's in. Vikings do need him. Good to have him back. Kick of the Alexander Mattison. Again, he's likely going to be out with this concussion. The Vikings played it safe with KJ Osborn last week. I'm assuming they're going to play it safe again with Alexander Mattison. And that leads me to this point. Let Ty Chandler cook, man. Let Ty Chandler get a bulk of the carries here. I want to see the offense and the running game ran through him because I just think he is the best running back we have on this team. I've been saying it since the beginning of the year. So hopefully we see Ty Chandler and the Vikings get up early, and we got to run the ball throughout the second half, and maybe he gets up to 20 carries, goes for $150 or something. I want to see Ty Chandler early and often for the Vikes this weekend. Let him cook. Give the man out of North Carolina and Tennessee, give him just some love and just overall, just give him some carries here. But let's show him some love here on the channel. Ty Chandler should be RB1 this weekend. Show him the support. Show him that Vikings fans got his back. Type those 32s down below. All right, let's do it. Josh Dobbs, is he getting the Taylor Swift treatment from the NFL? We're going to break it down. This is actually a pretty cool story around Dobbs. So if you guys don't know the backstory on this, the NFL, they've been showing obviously a lot of love to Taylor Swift, and they changed their Twitter kind of profile and header to this. After all the news about, Travis Kelce, the whole relationship coming out, they actually ended up switching it to this and saying we had the best day with you today. Speaking about, obviously, Taylor Swift. But then after the Vikings beat the Saints, they switched it to Josh Dobbs, and they actually switched their bio to "In Dobbs We Trust." Pretty cool story out of the NFL right there. Hey, I like seeing Josh Dobbs on NFL Twitter way more than Taylor Swift. But, hey, he's getting some Taylor Swift treatment, and honestly, for right reason. I mean, his stats with the Vikings, he's been absolutely great. 43 of 74, 426 passing yards. Hasn't thrown an interception yet. Does have 2 fumbles, but also he's got the dual threat ability, able to pick up first downs with his legs. We've shown the playmaker ability that we've had with Dobbs, 110 rushing yards, and then also 5 total touchdowns. And overall, man, he's just been electric. Like, the plays he's made, like the one last week when Kevin O'Connell saying, kind of giving him one of these, and Josh Dobbs gave the Jordan shrug as well. It's just kind of like, I can't believe he's making plays like this. The scrambling in and out of the pocket, just being an overall leader, and just overall having that aura. Like, I think, teams can get hot and teams can buy into a quarterback when, they're obviously playing good football, and there's just this overall aura around him where it's like, hey, we got Josh Dobbs. We're going to go do this thing. So, listen, 15, you're playing your ass off. love to have you in the purple and gold. But hey, coming up here next, I do have a heartfelt Josh Dobbs story. He actually ended up making a kid's day, so I wanted to kind of peel back the curtains a little bit, show you guys a little bit of who Josh Dobbs really is as a person. I think it's a sweet story that you guys will love to see. But I do want to give a huge shout out to Prize Picks first, today's sponsor of today's edition of Vikings Now. You guys may be asking, what is Prize Picks? Well, it's daily fantasy, and it's made easy. All you got to do, pick 2 or more players, choose more or less on some projected stat types, start rolling in the cash today. I love using Prize Picks. It's easy and exciting daily fantasy. This is a lineup I'm rolling with this weekend. I'm going to go more than 1.5 touchdowns for C.J. Stroud. And then Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce, I'm going to go more than half a touchdown for both those, assuming Travis gets in. Riding Jalen Hurts, more than half a tud, and then more than 86.5 receiving yards for C.D. Lamb. Make sure you guys do get involved in on the fun with Prize Picks. Daily fantasy made easy. Choose more or less on some projected stat types and start having some fun today. PrizePicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for the first deposit match up to $100. Make sure you guys do get hooked up today. So let's break it down. Josh Dobbs' heartfelt story. So there's this kid, he's got cancer, and Josh Dobbs decided to send him a freaking Vikings jersey. This kid's a big-time Vikings fan. Apparently, Josh Dobbs got in contact with his family, said, hey, I want to do something special for him. He actually sent him it signed right here. I mean, that is pretty freaking sweet. So, listen, just kind of speaks about the person Josh Dobbs is. Any interview, any post-game press conference, he has just been such a kind of well-spoken dude, and it's just great that he's our quarterback. Like, just doing the little things off the field. It's just like, this is just the extra stuff where it's like you buy a little bit of extra respect from the guys in the locker room, buy some more respect for obviously fans like us and fans like you guys too. So overall, I just love this guy. Just a really cool story about him. Just kind of, during his off time, he could just be chilling, doing nothing, but he's doing stuff like this. So pretty freaking cool. I hope he's honestly here in Minnesota for a while. And I do want to kind of end the show talking about this point right here. What if he is just a good quarterback? Like, I understand people think it's like this magical ride and it's lightning in the bottle, but like, what if there's a possibility that like, oh, if you do put a good team around him, he is a good quarterback? Because listen, he was drafted in the 4th round. He's barely played until this season. And when he was with the Cardinals, he was making plays. Obviously, the Cardinals were losing games, but he flashed in spots. Well, now with the Vikings, with a great head coach in Kevin O'Connell, with hopefully Jefferson coming back this weekend, you give a good support system around the guy with the franchise left tackle, franchise tight end. I mean, the Vikings' weapons are top tier in the NFL. What if he is just a good quarterback? Like, what if he finally lives up to, obviously the hype he had coming out of college? So, listen, I'm a big fan of him. I think he could really do something special for the Vikings and really go on a run because the Vikings' schedule coming up. Obviously, you got the Broncos, then you got the Bears, then it's the Raiders. Well, then it's the Bengals, and Joe Burrow's now out for the year. Then you go Lions twice and the Packers. I mean, the Vikings got a lot of winnable games the rest of the season. I mean, I would not be shocked if we get the double-digit wins. We're already 10-4, or we're 6-4. Could get to like 10-4 very easily if we rip off 3 in a row. But Josh Dobbs, he's a beast, and I do want to show him some love as well. Type his jersey number. Type those 15s. If you guys made it to the end of today's video, show QB1 some love. As always, you guys can give me a follow on Twitter. @PatSeeps is the handle. Put that link for you guys in the comment section and the description of today's video. If you guys DM me Dobbs, I'll give you guys a follow back. So see you guys next time. As always, Skol Vikes.